goals. That is what we were talking about this whole month at Peterson Family Coaching. Last week, we talked about why to set a goal. So if you didn't get to watch that, scroll down to the Facebook post from last Thursday and you can watch that. It's less than 8 minutes long. But today we are talking about how to set a goal. All my email subscribers are going to get worksheets and tips this month, along with the links to all these videos about goal setting and goal getting. So if you're not on my email list, go send me a message or comment with your name and email so you can be sure to get all of that. Okay, so how to set a goal. To set a goal for the future, you have to know where you are now, right? You need to acknowledge the present, okay? Look at the things in your life. Are these things that you want? Do you want the job that you have? Do you want the relationships that you have? Do you want to live in the place that you're living? Do you like your morning routine? Okay, when I coach my clients, I teach them that they are not a victim of life's circumstances. You do have the ability to change so much more than you realize usually. So a lot of people have what I call thought errors, where they're thinking that they can't have the goals or the change in their life for some reason. A thought is any sentence in your brain, okay? We have about 70,000 of them a day. And this is something that's not a fact. So not everybody could agree for that thing to be true. Okay, so a thought error is what leads you away from your goals, away from your potential. I'll give you some examples that have to do with goal setting, okay? So a thought error about weight, if your goal is about losing weight, a thought error would be everyone gains weight when they're older. It's normal to gain weight. My mom is overweight, so that means I'll be overweight. A thought error about work could be, I'm limited on how much money I can make. I don't want to apply for a job because they might say no. I could never do what I really want for work. Thought errors about new hobbies. I'm too old to learn that. I've heard that a lot. I don't have time to do anything extra. I wouldn't even know where to start. Thought errors hold you back from living a full life. They limit your ability to see your potential. So that's what I help my clients with, looking at those thought errors and seeing where we can make some changes. Sometimes it can be scary to put a goal down on paper, to see it in black and white. Do you guys ever think this? Because if we don't do it, if we fail at the goal, then you'll feel like a failure. Or maybe you'll be embarrassed because someone will see what you wrote down and see that you're not doing it. Do you ever feel like that? I know I have, and I've had some clients as well. They didn't want to write anything down because they were afraid that someone would see it, or they were afraid that they weren't going to make it, and then that would mean something bad about them. So I understand, but when you choose to write something down, like the worksheets I'm going to be sending, okay, to my email list, you are actually creating something, an intention, a focus. So without writing it down, it only exists in your head. Okay, so let's say you've written some things down, some goals. Do any of these seem impossible to you? Do you look at any of these and get a little bit scared or a little bit excited? Goals should do that to you. That's a good thing. When I had a goal last year to lose 20 pounds, I was scared. I was scared to write it down. I was scared to even acknowledge that I needed to lose 20 pounds. I didn't think I could do it. I thought I'd failed too many times at trying to lose that weight. And I just need to accept that this is what my body looks like now. But I wrote it down and it scared me. It was intimidating and maybe embarrassing. But writing it down, it became real, a real goal. I put that goal into existence. Think about this. When you write something down, you are creating something that never existed before, okay? Now focus in on one of those goals that you've written down. It's probably very generalized, as most goals are. We need to get specific. I had a client say he wanted to spend more time with his dad. So we broke it down. What does that look like? What would be ideal? He said, well, I want to spend time with him 2 times a month. Okay, and so we asked, well, who's all there? Is it friends, family? Is it just you? What kind of things are you doing? You'll both need to schedule time to do something. How far in advance do you need to plan it? Or will it be every second and fourth Saturday, a standing date? His goal went from spend more time to my dad to schedule and plan 2 activities, preferably outdoors, every month, just me and my dad. See how much more specific that is, and that gives you a real focus, some more intention on actually being able to achieve your goal. So look at one of your goals and make it more specific. If your goal is read more often, I hear this one a lot. I just want to read more often. I don't ever make the time to read. So think about it. Where will you read? When will you read? How much time a day or a week will you dedicate to reading? So if your goal says something more like read more often, it could change to every Saturday and Sunday afternoon, I'm going to read in my chair by the window for 30 minutes. See, that takes the energy that we spend developing that new habit, and it brings it to where we don't have to spend all that energy. We already have it planned. To achieve something you've never done before, you're going to have to do things you've never done before. And that's okay. Think about this. If you already knew how to do it, you would have done it already. I had never been 20 pounds overweight. I hate even saying that out loud, but especially not in my 40s, okay? Maybe after having babies, but not in my 40s. I didn't know how, but I knew lots of ways how not to do it. Any goal that is new, you'll be learning how to do it. You'll have to manage your mind about developing new habits, new thoughts about failure, thoughts about success, which some people are afraid of just as much as failure. You're going to have to learn how to manage your emotions without reacting to them. This is what I help my clients do in coaching. For instance, when I was losing weight, I eliminated carbs from my diet. I went on, and I'm still on, the ketogenic diet, or keto for short. And for those interested in that diet, I'm actually going to be teaching that the whole month of February. So again, make sure to get on my list. You'll be getting a lot of help and tips and videos, okay? So I wanted to be on the ketogenic diet. I had to forget everything I thought I knew about carbs and fats and energy and hunger and snacks. And my thoughts about food had to change. How we celebrate food, how we celebrate with food, we commiserate with food, we connect over food. Trust me, my family loves food. It's all we talk about sometimes. So my emotions about food, my desire for certain foods, those all had to be managed. Honestly, without these coaching tools, I don't know if I ever would have been able to do it. So I want you to think about this. Whatever your goals are, it's not going to be perfect. You will most likely not achieve it without some sort of failure along the way, but stick to it. Failure is part of the process. Failure does not mean quitting. Quitting is not going to get you there any faster. All right, everybody, I'll see you next Thursday as we talk more about how to get those goals done. We'll see you then. Bye.